Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jesper Offersen and today we are talking about Estee Lauder's Double Wear Lip Pencil, and it is more precisely called the Stay in Place Lip Pencil. And I bought this one because it sounded really good, and because it's very creamy in the texture. So when you put it on your lips, it doesn't dry out your lips as much as a normal lip liner or lip pencil can sometimes do. Now I found that the color was not exactly a match for my natural color lips, and therefore I don't use it. I am on to buy the other one they have, which is the lighter version, or is it lighter? It's the one called Pink, where this is the one called 04, and that is the rose color. And I don't know if you can maybe see that, how it will be compared to my skin tone. But I would more say, when they say rose, I would say old rose. I think it's more kind of like that color. So I figured out that as it was so very creamy, could I use it for something else now that I felt it was a bit too strong a color for my lips. And it is really good for something else, and that is for your cheeks. So it can be used as a blush, and if you like a natural look, you would like to have the sort of same color on your lips as you go for on your cheeks, simply because the color in your lips is the color of your blood and how it how it looks through your skin, and that is the same color you will get on your cheeks. So if you would like to have it looking kind of like natural, look the same, you would like to go for a color that matches your cheeks with your lips. So as this is very creamy, the way I do it is I simply take my finger and I draw a little bit on it, like that. And while it is still not dried up, so it looks like that, I start to put it on where I would like to have it on. And to begin with, you might see that this looks kind of like a strong dot, but you just keep going and don't add more and more and more, because a little goes a very long way. And the beautiful thing about this lip liner is that it has a strong staying power, particularly if you don't use anything with oil. So if you do it like this, and now I'm just putting it on where I have added, on my skin I have a setting powder from Laura Mercier, this one, the classic one she does, and I have used a little bit of Bourjois concealer. So I haven't used the actual foundation. So now you can just carry on and carry on and carry on, and you can take it out as much as you like. Now when I have been out running or doing some sort of exercise, this is where I will get a red color. So this is where I would put it. And if you feel that you have added too much, you just simply take another finger where you don't have anything on, and you just blend it out. And when you feel that you could maybe just take it down a little bit more, what you do is that you take the brush that you have just used to put your foundation on with, if you have used a brush, of course, and I have. So there is just a tiny little bit on here, and I will just go in and dab it all over. So that way it will blend much better into what the rest of your skin tone is, and it will not look that harsh and out of place. So now you can of course put it on your cheeks, on the apple of your cheeks, if that's what you would like to do. What I would like to do is just to put it where I would naturally blush if I had been out doing some exercise. And again, I will just go on the other hand and do like that again, and just find the place. So on this side you can see it much better. So it starts out like quite a splash, and then you just go gently with your fingers and you blend it out more and more and more. And as I said, this has quite some staying power, and if you put it on your finger and would like to take it off with like a micellar water, it is actually quite difficult to get it off. You need some oil-based cleanser in order to take it away. So this is the sort of look I would go for in order to make me look a bit more fresh, but without it being too overwhelmingly obvious. So now I just kind of like blend it out like that. And something I always find a little bit difficult, particularly if I'm putting on something like this, and that is it's kind of like one eye see a bit more red than the other. So sometimes when you look at it, it kind of like be, oh, do I have a little bit more on this side than on that side? And it can actually be quite difficult to see. So sometimes I close one. It's not that I'm colorblind or anything like that, but it's just that there is quite a difference between my eyes. And I think that is, as soon as you notice it, I think a lot of people will have it the same way. So if you close one eye, you will see one sort of tone, and if you use the other eye, it kind of have a different tone. So yeah, so for me it would look like I have more on this side than I have on this side, and it might be, but it kind of like always seems like that, and that can't really be, can it? Okay, like that. I just take the excess off, and then again I will go in with the foundation brush and then just blend it even more and take the color into the rest of my skin so that it looks much more blended in. Now, as I sit here, I have a shadow coming from this side, so it is a little bit difficult to see the color quite exactly on this side here. And I would say it looks to me a little bit more lighter on this side. So you just kind of like blend in as much as you like. So now this should not be particularly obvious, as if I've been out running in cold air or something like that, a winter sprint or something like that. It should just look kind of like natural. And if when you do that, you want a little bit of highlights on your cheekbones, you just go for your highlighter, which I have used already up here and on my eyes. So this video is actually made after I made the video about how to stop your eyelids from being oily. So you can see that one up here, and for that video I used the Dior's Nude Skin Luminizer in the color 01. So I will just give a little bit of highlighter up here, and for me personally, this is something I would do for an evening look, so that when you have the light in the evening, it catches all the highlights, and it will make it look much more fresh. For me personally, during the day, I would not use something like this. This is when I go out for a party in the evening. And I would say that the Dior Nude Skin Luminizer, if you see that in the sunlight, the sunlight might hit a few sparkles that will shine like blue or pink or something like that. So it could be a little bit obvious, even if you just put a little bit on, if the sunlight hits one of the sparkles. And you can just take your finger and you can just take it down a little bit. So yes, this is the sort of look I would go for an evening wear. And if you would like to try out the double wear from Estée Lauder, the long-lasting lip liner, I would recommend that you find a color, if you want a natural look, that is the one you would use for your lips, and then you can use it on your cheeks as well, and it will kind of like look natural, and you can blend it in the way that I did. And it is long lasting, so it shouldn't slide during an evening. If you'd like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all the things you must do in order to be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.